Previous unsets have been horror cabinets of lost value with only some nice full art lands to heal the wound. Now almost every set comes with full art lands, so the question becomes, is it actually worth to pick up Unfinity, or should we just skip the set altogether? The fifth unset called Unfinity is going to be released. It's going to be a space themed set, and there's going to be a lot of 50s vibes to the cards. I'm going to share what we know about the set with you guys here on the channel. For those of you who don't know, unsets have been Wizards' more wacky products. The cards in the unsets have been previously non-legal. They have been silver bordered, but they've been a lot of fun.
This set is going to be a little bit different. We've gone away from the silver bordered cards. Now Unfinity will have black bordered cards, and it will have a little acorn. This acorn in the hollow foil spot, that will designate that this card is not legal in any of the Eternal formats. However, half the set will be legal in the Eternal formats. That will be your Commander, it will be Legacy, it will be Vintage, and it will also be Pauper. So that's a pretty big change, and that might mean something for how Unfinity will be perceived in the future, because it will have some actual value to add to more formats, more than just being a fun and wacky set. For this set, we're going to have a more space-themed art. It's going to be in the 50s retro style, and it's going to be having a really fun sort of flavor with some carnivals, some big imaginariums, and a lot of the art is centered around this really fun and wacky style, and it's going to feature a family called the Robinsons, I believe, in the original art, and that will be a family of goblins going to this really fun and wacky space carnival. So thank you so much for watching this video. We would love it if you would hit the like button and consider subscribing. It helps the channel a lot, and we really enjoy growing our community here on YouTube, and we would love for you to be a part of it. Thank you. So for this Unfinity set, we're going to have some really beautiful lands. We're going to have two types of basic lands, or what they call spasic lands. We're going to have a really beautiful version that's called the planetary version. It's seen like the planet seen from a bit of a distance. So you have a lot of beautiful planets and stars and structures and galaxy themed. Very beautiful. It's more aesthetically pleasing, I think. And then we're going to have the really, super wacky version that's going to be focused on like weird blobs and the flora and the fauna on the different sort of planets. So that's going to be the more fun version. So we're going to have 5, the entire set of mana, 5 of the planetary and 5 of the orbital. So we're going to be treated to a lot of versions of new full art lands for Unfinity.
In the previous unsets, gorgeous full art lands has been sort of the trademark for the unsets. We have seen some really stunning and gorgeous lands, but many of the recent sets in the regular Magic sets, many of them has had full art lands in them. So what is the incentive to actually go get an Unfinity box?
Yeah, it's a bit different because nothing had full art. It was only in the unset that you could get those full art lands, so that was a lot of the reason to go out and buy these unsets. But what about now? What are they going to do to make sure that we will go out and buy Unfinity?
We do know that the set is going to have box toppers. These box toppers, and also there are some slots within the collector boxes which could also contain some of the cards from the box toppers. But the box toppers is going to be the shock lands from the original Ravnica.
From Ravnica.
And these shock lands is going to have new foil treatments, and they're going to have new art treatments. So that might be a little incentive for those commander players wanting to bling out their deck. And this box top is going to feature the shock lands from the original Ravnica set, and it's going to have a space themed art. So there's going to be new art for these shock lands, and they're going to have a new kind of foiling.
And we're just going to put them up on the screen for you right now. As you see, it is all 10 of these beautiful shock lands. The art is incredible. Personally, I love this. And I know it might be a little difficult to slot these space-themed full art lands into your decks, because what else do you have that's space-themed? But please do try and remember, we will have half the set be Eternal legal. So maybe this is the time to build this wacky, fun, but still really highly playable commander deck with some sort of space theme on it. And also, which is really interesting, we're going to have a new type of foil. And this type of foil, you will only be able to get that in the collector box. So what is this type of foil?
I don't know.
This type of foil is the Galaxy foil. That's what it's called. We haven't had any preview of it yet, but we know that this will be glittery and there will be some sort of little stars or space things in the background in the foiling. Might be textured, I don't know. We haven't seen it yet, but it sounds absolutely gorgeous. And I really think that 2022 has been the year of new treatments. Magic is definitely experimenting more than they ever have been before, and hopefully that will give us some beautiful shock lands with a space theme.
These shock lands not only featured in the box topper, they're also featured within the set. So at some of those mana slots, you could be lucky and pull these new shock lands. And also, come on, how cool would these shock lands be together with the Warhammer themed commander decks? As we mentioned, Unfinity is going to be a space themed set, and the lands will be space themed. It will also feature 30 new legendary creatures which are going to have a full art treatment.
So the border style is going to be called Show Cards of Tomorrow. It's going to be a little, sort of, retro feel to it to fit together with the rest of the set. We also know that we're going to have a couple of Planeswalkers, and they will also be having this, or they will also get this showcase full art treatment borderless. So we're going to see a lot of interesting cards, and with so many of them being Eternal Legal, I think it's going to be pretty interesting, and I think this set will be more valuable also as an investment in the future. But you could also, if you're just in it for the cards, go out and buy the singles afterwards. But we will be cracking an Unfinity collector box here on the channel as soon as it arrives to us in October 7th.
Yeah, and we're looking forward to seeing these new cards. I actually love these Unsets. It's a shame that many of the older Unsets have so little monetary value in them, because the cards are really fun. One of my favorite cards, which is actually in one of my binders, is a card called Prosecute Artist, and it features Rebecca Gray's art. It's kind of fun. Look at it.
Fun and beautiful. Check it out. A typical draft booster of Unfinity will contain 15 cards. There will be 14 cards that are, playable common cards, rare cards, and mythic cards, and then there will be one extra really special card. This will be the sticker card, and this is something entirely new and something that's been a lot of debate about in the Magic world, because these stickers are for adding to your cards. There will be different cards that allow you to use stickers, and they're going to have sort of a payment in what they call tickets, and these tickets will have certain cards telling you that you can use 2 tickets to have this card added, a sticker to it, and they will each have a different effect that can be added on to another card. But these stickers are really debated, and I'm really interested to see how it works. Magic has ensured us that they will be really easily peeled off, so you can use them again and again. It's going to be really interesting, and let's see how it goes, because a lot of players are not happy about having eternal format legal cards that will allow to add stickers to cards. Deep Breeze was kind enough to give us a card that we might check out. We're going to have this little series where we're going to have a look at the cards that you present to us or ask us to maybe take a closer look at. Stasis is one of the really early cards, and it features this really remarkable art. And one of the reasons that this art is so different from a lot of the other art in Magic is that this is one of the few art pieces that Richard Garfield himself actually commissioned. And he commissioned it from someone he was related to, his aunt, called Faye Jones. And she was a sort of more highbrow artist and didn't usually do the fantasy type of art that we otherwise see in Magic. She was given very, very little guidelines from Richard Garfield. She was told a little bit about the card, what it would do, and the mechanics, but otherwise she was given free hands. And out of this came this remarkable, weird, and really iconic art for Magic, Stasis.
It's 1 blue, 1 colorless to cast, and it's an enchantment. The card says players do not get an untapped phase. So what this card really does is locking down the game for everybody. Each turn you have to pay 1 blue mana, or else you need to sacrifice Stasis. What makes this card great is if you have any ways to make this card not affect you. A tried and true combo is combining Stasis with Kismet. Kismet does that the opponents, all their things enters the battlefield tapped, and since they can't untap, it actually renders them immobile. You have some way to maybe bounce Stasis to your own hand at the end of the opponent's end step. Then you get your untap phase. You can untap all your stuff, you can play your creatures, you can attack, and then you could play Stasis at the end of your turn, locking down your opponent turn after turn after turn. Thank you to Deep Breeze for suggesting Stasis to us. If you have any other suggestions out there, just leave them in the comment section and we're going to look them through and maybe pick your card next time.